Hello everybody, this is Hot Fuzz Pooley and this is my playthrough of Tomb Raider Remastered. What a time to be a 90s gamer, eh, with all these remakes and remastered. First we've had GoldenEye, then Turok, and then more recently Final Fantasy VII Rebirth that's just been released, and now finally we've got Tomb Raider. I will be going through all the secrets, all 45 secrets to be exact. The game has also got the expansion, which was very, very rare, and it can only be found on PC, which is Unfinished Business. And it's the same with Tomb Raider 2 and Tomb Raider 3. They've put the expansions in for those games, so we'll be playing the expansions as well, and showing where all 10 secrets are in those games. And we'll be keeping the controls exactly the same, the tank controls, because I'm used to the controls of the original game, and I think the game is probably best when it's played as it anyway. But each video I'm going to do is just going to cover each segment of levels. So first off it'll be the Peru levels, then we'll do a separate video for the Greece levels, then the Egypt levels, and then finally the Atlantis levels, and then I'll probably do Unfinished Business as its own video, because there's not many secrets to find, and the expansion isn't overly that long. I've already done a playthrough of this game, but I really think it's worth going back just to do a commentary on it, just because there are a few people who messaged me and they're struggling a little bit just to find all the secrets, and obviously some of these certain intricacies of the game they're unfamiliar with. So while I'm playing the game, I will be talking through how to get them, and then just about the game itself, because I've played this game so many times I've lost count. But let's get started. Hope you all enjoy.
What's a man gotta do to get that kind of attention from you?
It's hard to say exactly, but you seem to be doing fine.
Well, great. Though truth is, it ain't me that wants you.
Oh?
No, Miss Jacqueline Natla does, from Natla Technologies. You know, creator of all things bright and beautiful.
Seal it, Larson.
Ma'am.
Feast your eyes on this, Lara. How does that make your wallet rumble?
I'm sorry. I only play for sport.
Then you'll like a big park. Peru, vast mountain ranges to cover, sheer walls of ice, rocky crags, savage winds, and there's this little trinket. An age-old artifact of mystical power is buried in the unfound tomb of Qualopec. That's my interest. You could leave tomorrow. Are you busy tomorrow?
So then, here we go. Sorry about that, folks. I just thought I'd probably stay quiet just through the various cutscenes of the game, just in case, just for those viewers who've actually never seen the game before and haven't actually seen the cutscenes. So forgive me if I was a bit quiet during that. But first feature about this game, the remaster, if you press the start button, you can compare it to the original graphics, and as you can see, with modern technology, it looks gorgeous, doesn't it? They haven't changed the FMVs too much, as you probably noticed, but the main gameplay itself, it looks gorgeous. But anyway, this is the first level of the game, Caves, and this is the first trap that we've got to face. Not too threatening, just some blow darts. They won't do too much damage if they hit you. You could probably dive through these or jump over these just to avoid damage anyway, particularly if you're going for a non-medipack run. As Lara's very kindly looking up at where we need to go, but instead we're not going to go over there just yet, and we're going to go over here. And this is the very first secret of the game. There's two ways you can get the secret. You can either vault onto the platform this way, and you'll slide down, and then you need to jump and grab the ledge, but we're going to do it the other way, which is the faster way, in my opinion. Run up to the edge of the wall, jump backwards, hold jump, hold X, which is the action button. And that chime means that we found our first secret. And then we can claim our small medipack there. Invaluable tool for the many traps and enemies and hazards that we're going to have in this game. So you definitely want to stock up with them at the start of the game, where the difficulty isn't too hard, and then by the end of the game, when the game throws a lot of things at you, at least we have a few more in our toolkit. But first enemies of the game, bats. Don't take a couple of shots to kill, or one shot. They're not too threatening. And secret number 2 is over here. As you can see, raised platform there, but if you want to get up onto this ledge, the only way you can get up onto it is if you go to the raised segment here. So hold up, press the action button, and then climb up. Watch out for the bat that's ready to ambush you, and then we claim our second secret and another small medipack. The game plays with the exact same gaming script as the original, and you can play the game exactly as with the graphics of the original if you so choose. I prefer to play just with the remastered graphics. The game looks gorgeous, running at a solid 60 frames per second and more on the Xbox. If you play it on the Xbox, you've actually get higher than 60 frames per second, but on the PlayStation you do get a good solid 60. But another feature of this game that's not in the original, if you hold the right analog stick, you can actually look without actually getting Lara to use the look button. So you can quite easily look where you're falling or you need to jump to. It's quite handy just for this segment here, just to show it and play. So where this pit is here, where we need to go, hold the right analog stick down, you can clearly see what's under there without putting yourself at risk, which becomes really invaluable later on when you don't know what's in a pit, whether it be spikes or worse. We were trying to get as many pickups as possible as well, although I'm not going for an 100% pickups playthrough because genuinely I don't know where they all are. I believe there's actually some areas of the game where there's glitches where you can't actually pick up all the items in a single level, and some are physically impossible to get to, and I think they've kept that in from the original game. I know there's a medipack on Palace Midas, for example, that you can't get to. But it'd be interesting just to see if it's actually still in the base in this game. But try not to fall down from here, because it means if you do, you'll have to contend with the wolves. Good thing about this first level is you don't actually have to kill many enemies, really, not at all. The only time that you really have to fight more is if you miss certain jumps, and the game will punish you for it. This is an example of a jump here. You really don't want to fall down here because down there is a very, as you can hear, there's a very nasty bear down there. So to make jumps easier, we might have covered this in the tutorial if you've done Lara's home, but if you hold the right analog, you hold the right bumper, or R1 down, if you walk to the edge, it's impossible for you to fall off even if you try and make Lara. So just make sure you always walk to the edge of the ledge, hold the right bumper or R1 down, and take a step back just to get a run up, and then Lara will always jump at the very last second. And if you always do that and line it up correctly, you'll never ever fall off a platform. Always remember to use the walk button to prevent yourself falling off a ledge. And the game's quite generous with it as well. I mean, if you run to the edge of this ledge, hold right bumper just at the very last second, you won't ever fall off the ledge. So just remember, it's a very, very important tool, particularly later on, where if you fall off a ledge, it's very unforgiving. Two walls are going to come at us here. In this game, you can actually roll over here. You cannot do this in the original. This is a feature that gets added in Tomb Raider 2 just to make combat a little bit easier. If you want to, you can roll on the spot, but you can also roll in the air as well. So if you hold jump, press dodge, you can just jump around like that. You can even do it backwards as well. It's really useful in combat where you just need to get yourself out of harm's way, but you need to point your guns at something. Enemies get behind you for a time. And our third secret is in here. This is actually a really famous Aztec decoration. You might have actually seen that if anyone's read any encyclopedias or any have gone to a museum. That mural there is a very, very famous Aztec. You'll see it absolutely. If you go to any museum that has an Aztec exhibition, you'll always see that monument. Right, to get through here, this is our first time lever of the game. Thankfully, it's quite forgiving. You haven't really got a race to get through there, but if you come over here, probably just position yourself a little bit more to the left. You'll see why in a minute. Pull the lever. Do a side jump. Okay, we missed it. It doesn't matter. Just trying to show off there and it failed miserably. Jump up here. Grab the ledge. And very, very forgiving. It is timed, however. It does shut, but as you can see, you can get through there, even with a couple of mistakes. Watch the blow darts, dive through them, just to avoid taking damage. Now these tiles here are actually, you can fall through them. Later, we're okay here, these are safe, but later in the game, exercise caution with these because they might take you into some hazards. Spikes, bottomless pit. So just be careful. Right, we're almost at the end of the first level. It really isn't complicated at all. It's just more serves as an introduction to the game, really. I'm just going to ambushes here. Take care of him. Large medipacks. Right, small medipacks restore half of your health, and then large medipacks restore all of your health. Actually take a shortcut here. We don't have to go the way the game wants us to go. We can just simply go backwards down this slope, and then there we are at the end of the level. Missed a couple of pickups, but didn't use any medkits, and we got through that in under 10 minutes. So, on to level 2, which is the city of Vilcabamba. Now this level's not going to waste any time with you. It's not going to be nothing like the last level, and you'll see why in a minute. We were about to get ambushed by 4 or 5 warriors. Just remember what I said about dodging in the air. Backwards and forwards, try and keep yourself in the air as much as possible, just to take as little damage as possible. And just remember to use the roll button to turn around quickly. We dealt with them relatively unscathed, which I'm happy about. However, if memory serves, there is a bear in here. And bears are a little harder to take down. Yep, not too much trouble there. Now, I just want to run into here, and there is a medipack up here. We want to make sure to grab as many as possible. Not that important at the start of the game, but later on, certainly, where we're going to be, the game's going to get a lot more challenging. The more medikits we have, the better. 2 of the secrets of the game are in this pool. This is entirely optional. You don't actually have to go into this pool to go on to the next segment of the level. But we're going to go down here anyway. Doesn't matter which order you get these secrets in. The first one is over here. Sneaky little lever in the corner of this room. We're going to pull it. And then that opens a door into a room that we haven't been in yet. This door is timed, so we want to quickly swim as quickly as possible through this cave. I think it's in this corner. Yes, it is. And there's the first secret of the level. And we got ourselves some magnum clips and a small medipack for our trouble. Just to talk a little bit about Lara's weapons. Lara's base weapon is the pistols. In limited ammo, they're quite weak when compared to the other weapons, but obviously the saving grace of them, you'll never ever run out of ammo. So you can use them just to try and save your ammunition for other guns, or just to safely kill an enemy that can't get to you. Well, you can use them to kill an enemy that can't get to you, just to save the ammunition for your other guns. That's the purpose of them. You can also use them just to kill fodder enemies, such as bats and other small enemies. And then your other weapons you kind of want to save for your bigger threats. Now, secret number 2. Thankfully, we haven't got to go as far as what we did last time. All we have to do is just swim straight up. And here's the second secret. Just a small medikit. Right, so as I said, the pool is not mandatory, but it's where we actually need to go is over here. Pull this lever. And make our way up here. Just remember, hold R1 or the right bumper just to make sure you walk and you don't fall off the ledge. Take a run backwards and then just run and jump. Now to get that medipack there is a collapsible floor, so we're going to have to move fast here. Just hold the jump button, start running, and then just hold the jump button and you'll make that jump. You can also use the block down here that we're going to move in a sec just to get up to it, so don't worry if you don't get it the first time round. You can use the block just to climb up onto that ledge. We need to push the block rather than pull it. The reason why we need to push it is because there's a climbable ledge at the end of here, because we collect 2 items that we're going to need to beat the level. God, I love playing these games again. I will be doing the entire trilogy. Tomb Raider 1, 2 and 3. With all secrets. I think Tomb Raider 2 is my favourite of the three, but I still love this game. I love all of them, to be fair, but it's a shame because they don't make games like this anymore. Games that really don't hold your hand, really, and you kind of just have to figure things out for yourself. You know, being back in 1997, I mean, we didn't really... I mean, the internet did exist, but... I mean, nowadays you can just obviously Google what you need to do. You know, the online guides and whatnot. I mean, you can actually, back then, buying a guide, they used to make an absolute fortune, the people who used to make these guides, because there really wasn't another guide really anywhere else. So nowadays you can just simply go online, and then there's tons of online guides for lots of different games, this game included. But back then, yeah, I mean I had tons of guides for lots of different games. You know, Final Fantasy, I think I had one for Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 10. I think I had one for Tomb Raider 3, because that game was... Anyone who's played all of the Tomb Raider classic games, they know how hard Tomb Raider 3 is. I think Tomb Raider 2 is my favourite for that reason. It's more difficult than this game. Not that this game is easy. I think it just gets the challenge just right. Tomb Raider 3 is just so unforgiving in places. It's not even funny. Like, it's impossible to work out what to do the first time of going through an area, and then you just die. You'll die over and over as you try and figure out what to do, and I'm not really a big fan of that kind of level design. Anyway, one of the first items we picked up back there we need to put into here to progress, which is the silver key. We also picked up another item as well, and we're going to need that to beat the level as well. But here, we've got some blow darts here, very sneaky blow darts. So we're just going to jump over them safely, and I screwed that up. Didn't take much damage there though. However, there are some walls in here which cause a bit more effect those darts. 2 here, and then there's a few more up ahead. I think there's 4 here. Deal with those 2 first before you move on. Move into the room. Just that little bit easier for you. There's 3. Is there a 4th? Was there 4 or was there 3? I can't remember. Okay. Guess there was 3. And the only way we can go is just to go up here. The other 2 room doors will open in a minute, and where we need to go to open them is up here. I love this theme tune, so iconic. I mean, I love the themes for all of the games, but I think this is my personal favourite in the entire series of Tomb Raider games. It's just so iconic, so memorable. Watch out for that. Bit of a risky jump then I just took, but just always remember, walk to the edge. Just take just a tap back on the D-pad just to give yourself a run up, and if you do that you'll never ever fall off. You'll make every jump safe. You can do a jump while running without getting a run, but it can be risky, particularly if it's quite a large ledge and a large gap. So just to be safe, always walk to the edge. Give yourself a run up, and then you'll clear every single jump in this game that you need to jump, well, that you need to make. Alright, so that's the first door opened, but we're not going to go back the way we came. We're instead going to grab the ledge here, and then there's a few items here that we can pick up. And we've got some shotgun shells. Shotgun shells unfortunately only give 2 ammo with each pickup. I think the Magnum gives, quote me if I'm wrong, someone might know in the comments, I think it's about 40 shots with the Magnum, and then the Uzis I think is about think it's, I don't know, it's about 50 or more. But shotgun ammunition is incredibly precious in this game, and it's the opposite of the pistols really. You want to get the shotgun out when you really want that one enemy or a bunch of enemies dead to avoid yourself taking damage. So you really want to save your shells as much as you can. The magnums and the Uzis you can use a bit more liberally, just because ammo, with each ammo you pick up, you get quite a generous amount anyway. Give yourself a run up, back against this wall, run across the narrow bridge, hold the jump button down, hold the action button down, and you will always grab that ledge. You've got an option here. You can either go up there, which is the safer option, but the quicker option is to run across another collapsible floor, run and grab that ledge. So just to demonstrate, saves us going all the way up the other way and having to make a few more jumps. And then this should open the last room, the last door in this room, which is where we need to get to. Once again, same thing. We can take a shortcut down here. We haven't got to go back the way we came. Make sure you shimmy across to over here. If you fall from the top of there, you will take a lot of damage. I think if you're full health, I think you'll only have like a sliver left. I'm only speaking from experience because I've done exactly the same thing. So the safest way, just come down to here, and then just drop yourself down to there, and try and take as little damage as possible. Okay, right now. There are some swinging axes through here, so we just need to time this quite well. Wait a sec, then run. The next one will come down, just when you walk across this tile. Wait, and then run. Same with the last one. Try and get relatively close to it. And then run. Okay. This is the safest way we need to go. You can go the other way, but there's a bear ready to ambush you. Going up here is actually a lot safer. And then hopefully you can kill the bear from here. Although the bear is going to try and avoid you if the enemies can't get to you, they will try and avoid you. I think we took him out. I think we did. That was a hell of a sniper, that was. If you hold the action button down when you're firing your pistols, Lara will always lock on. So even if she can't shoot at the enemy, as long as you hold the X button down, she will always lock onto it. And she was still able to kill the bear from quite a long way away, as you can see. Anyway, that room's open, and we can finish the level here if we so choose. But if we want to get the last secret of this level, we need to fall into this water anyway, go back up, and we're going to go where that bear has just ran off to, which is the other staircase in this room. You don't have to come up here. You can, as I said, you can finish the level. And you can even turn the axes off here if there's something that you've missed. I think that's here, just in case you've missed one of the items from earlier, but just to demonstrate. And then it means that you don't have to go run back and get the gold idol later. But the final secret is very sneakily hidden in the corner of this room. And then we'll find some Uzi clips. gold idol in this slot, and then that should be it. And then that's level 2 finished. Got all the secrets, missed one pickup, but did it without using a medikit, which is always a good thing. And then we're on to level 3, the city, Lost Valley. Right, the first thing I'm going to do before I start this level is we're going to save. Now the great thing about the remasters is, forgive all the save slots here I had from my previous game playthrough, but you can save as many times as you like. Just like Tomb Raider 2, you can save wherever and as often as you like. In the original games, you had something called save crystals. So it means you can only save at specific spots. Really annoying towards the end of the game if you die in a certain room or a certain area, and then you lose quite a few minutes of time. But the great thing about the remasters is you can save once you've done an area. You can just as long as you can remember to do so, you can always save again. So save as often as you can. Just speaking from experience, because it will save you a headache further down the road. Right, first thing we're going to do, we can go the other way. There are a couple of secrets the other way, but we're not going to get one. We're going to go down here. I never get tired of seeing that. Deal with these wolves first. I just want to, the reason why I'm coming down here first is just to clear the level as efficiently as possible. If you want to kill the wolves safely, come over here. I cannot get to you over here. Taken care of, we can just go up here. You can get the secrets up if you follow the waterfall all the way up, you'll see what we have to do in the level going forward, but you can get 2 of the secrets quite early, but I always save them to the end of the level. He could just come shooting out of nowhere. You actually don't have to go down here. There are 3 wolves down here, but there isn't anything that they're guarding. So there's literally no point of you coming down here. 3 wolves will ambush you and there's nothing in the room, so you don't need to go into here. However, we do need to go up here. So we're just going to climb the rocks up here. And then we'll take a large medipack from a not so fortunate adventurer who came before us. Now this bit here is in my opinion, this is one of the best parts of the remaster, because in the original, and we'll compare the original in a minute, because we can look at the previous graphics. If you look at Lost Valley, all of that used to be a black sky before. But all of that used to be a black sky, as you can see in the original, but in the remastered it looks gorgeous. And if anyone's ever played Tomb Raider Anniversary as well, it kind of looks a bit similar to that version as well. I really like Tomb Raider Anniversary. I know of people I think were they didn't really like it too much, but thought it was strayed a little bit from what the original was, but I thought it was really good. Still prefer the originals, but I thought it was a great homage to the original game. Anyway. Try and stay away from the T-Rex at all costs. That's the rule for all the enemies in this game. Do not let them get close to you. Lara doesn't have any melee weapons, so I really don't want enemies to get close to you. Try and keep them away from you at all costs, and try and use the environment around you. And then we took down the T-Rex with relatively little trouble. Took a little bit of damage, but we can live with that, it's quite trivial. Anyway, first secret of the level. It's tucked away right in this corner here. Climb up this ledge. And then we can claim some shotgun shells. The shotgun is actually in this level. We do get it relatively early in the game if you know where to look, but I'll show you where to get it later. You don't actually need the shotgun. You can actually get the shotgun early. And it makes dealing with the enemies down here incredibly trivial, but in my opinion it's not necessary. We want to save as many shells as we can for later on in the game, so coming down here with pistols, it's still very good. Anyway, to get the second secret, I want to grab the ledge here. There's a secret spot here we can shimmy. Now with this waterfall, we need to go where the gap is greatest, where the gap is highest, and Lara should be able to bolt up and then play the second secret, which is some magnum clips and some shotgun shells. Lovely jubbly. Now to get down safely, just remember, if you ever want to go down safely, always grab the ledge behind you and there's some water behind. So just let it go. We actually have to come down here anyway, so we'll swim through here. There is a raptor up here, so as he's just told us. Now we can actually go up that ledge there and we'll be safe from the raptor, but we have to be fast because he will come quickly. That was a bit sloppy, but never mind. Now we're up here, we can safely kill him. Getting to higher ground is always a good tactic against enemies that cannot shoot you. There are some enemies that do have projectiles, but at the start of the game, most of the enemies they can only harm you if you're in melee range. So getting to higher ground or just dodging them as much as possible is always the best strategy. Now up all the way up here. And then with that music cue, that tells us that this item is probably important. And we claimed our machine gun, and there are 3 to collect in this level. We need to collect 3 just to move on to the next part of the Peru levels. The Lost Valley is quite open. There's a lot of areas where it just leads into dead ends. And just some pickups. So it really is the first, in my opinion, it's the first proper level of the game where you really have to explore. And there's multiple ways that the level will take you, and it doesn't take you to anything, it just takes you to some items or dead ends, but we've got 2 raptors coming here. Try and keep your distance as much as possible. We did let him get a little too close there, but didn't take too much damage. Should be thankful for that. Anyway, secret number 3. As you can see here, there's a few raised platforms up there, but to get up there, we go up here. Now, this ledge here, you want to try and get as far left as possible. If we try and jump from over here, we're not going to be able to reach it. So if you come all the way to the left, hold the walk button, jump and then hold action, you will always grab that ledge. With here we don't need to worry about grabbing the ledge, we just need to walk to the edge and just position ourselves just right, not too far forward, but just about here, jump and then we'll always land on that ledge. The next one we will need to grab the ledge. I think we can just jump here, walk up and jump. I think if we run and jump we'll hit the ledge and fall down, so we'll just do a standing jump. Yep. And then just a running jump here just to get up here. To the right. There's quite a few items up here. We've got a large medipack here, some some magnum clips here, so I can get my words out. Uzi clips here, and then some shotgun shells. So we've got one of each type of ammo, which is great. Right, to get down safely, you need to come all the way over here, grab the ledge, and we want to aim for this raised platform here, and then you'll safely slide down, and you won't take any damage. That's the best way to get down, and the fastest. To get the next machine cog of the level, we need to come into here and into this waterfall. In the original game, I remember there was a save crystal right there, which was just after you fought the T-Rex, which was handy. The cog is over here in this corner. In the other corner there's nothing, so don't bother going that way. So as you go into the waterfall, swim to the right, and then you'll find the second of 3 cogs. To get the third and final cog, I believe it's up here if memory serves. Yep, it is up here. Just be very careful up here. You can take a bit of damage if you fall off there and you're running forward. So just to be safe, turn, grab the ledge, and just lower yourself down. The damage adds up from falling off ledges and taking a few bites here and there from enemies. It does add up. Right. We will need to clear this bridge. To clear the bridge you have to do a running jump and to grab the ledge, so once again hold the wall button, take yourself to the edge, tap backwards on the D-pad, and then Lara will always jump last second. Hold the action button mid-air and you'll make that jump every single time. This is why the tank controls in my opinion are better, because with the modern controls, which I've tried, it's a bit more difficult just to line up a running jump a bit better. The modern controls are very good for combat, I've found, but to be honest, if you practice the tank controls enough, I mean, with combat, it's if you practice using the tank controls enough rather than the modern controls, you shouldn't take too much damage in combat anyway. I think the modern controls it just makes combat slightly easier, but I do think it does make, I mean, for example, you haven't got access to any of Lara's flips. If you have the modern controls, you can't jump, do a backflip or a side flip, you can't do any of those moves, and they are a bit handier, I find. You've got more control over your jumps. I think that's just what I'm trying to say, and that is more important than being able to fight a bit better. Anyway, we've got all 3 cogs, so now we need to head up to the waterfall and you'll see exactly what we're supposed to do with them. As I said, you can go up here at the start of the level, but it's not necessary. The only time you really want to come up here is if you really want the shotgun, just to make dealing with the raptors and the T-Rex a bit easier at the start. But in my opinion, I don't think it's very necessary, and you want to save as much ammo as possible for some of the later levels. Be careful as you're making these jumps, because if you do fall in the water because of the fast flowing current, you will get thrown down the waterfall. You won't take any damage, but it just means that you're going to have to make your way back up here again. So do be careful as you make these jumps. Remember just to walk to the edge, just to be careful, It'll save you some time in case you don't line up a jump correctly and you fall in, and you'll be back at the start. And then we're almost done, but we've actually got a couple more secrets to find. Okay, so these are where all our cogs need to go. So all of the cogs that we picked up earlier, we need to position them here in the wall. Okay, once all the cogs are in place, hopefully something will happen. Right, to get the fourth secret, because there are 5 secrets in this level, probably more secrets in this level than in any other level in the game. There's 5 in this level. The fourth secret, shimmy across this ledge to the source of the waterfall, let yourself down, and our reward will be a large medipack. Now that we've pulled the cog, we can safely jump into this water. As you can see in the distance, there's a gate that's shut, which means that it's cut off from the waterfall and it's taken away the current. If you look very closely on the right, there is the shotgun. We've only got 10 ammo for it, so you always want to use the shotgun sparingly. Save it for those big threats, because just to avoid just taking damage. Pistols you want to use the majority of the time at the start of the game, but the shotgun, for later on in the game when you've got those really big threats, you really need to take out that one enemy that's a big threat. This is the gun that you go to. Right, to get the 5th secret, really straightforward. All we need to do is just swim through here. It's quite a long segment. If you're quite new to the game, this bit can be quite challenging. Just keep swimming straight, just keep going through the way that the game's showing you. There's only one way you can go, but it is quite long. Swim all the way up here. And then there is the 5th and final secret of the level. And there's quite a few items in here as well. Shotgun shells, and then we got ourselves a small medipack. Some more shotgun shells, which is always welcome. And is there another item in the room? I don't think there is. I think that's everything. Make sure you grab the ledge here. You're going to take damage no matter what, because it's quite a high drop. But if you let yourself down, you'll take less damage rather than if you just fall off. Really took a little bit there. Now for this bit, you want to do a standing jump and dive over. For those who don't know how to do a dive, in case you don't know, is you've got your standard jump, which is the square button or the X button if you're playing on Xbox. It's just forward and jump. To do a dive, you hold the walk button whilst you're jumping in the air. And then that's how you do a dive. And in this game, if you dive from such a great enough height, you can actually do somersaults as well. I didn't actually know this, and this was something that was actually present in, I think it was Tomb Raider 2 and on. If you jump from such a high gap, such a high spot, if you press the circle button repeatedly on your way down, Lara will actually do somersaults. You know, I've played this game for 20 years, and I've never realised that was a thing. But anyway, I've made the right dog's mess out of that. What we need to do is go up here, where the waterfall used to be, that's the end of the level. I managed to get all the pickups in that level and all the secrets, and we didn't use a single medikit yet, which is great. And then on to the last level of the Peru segment, which is the Tomb of Qualopec. Once again with this remaster, I love what they've done with it. I mean, this is the original, and then this is the remaster, and it looks gorgeous. You know, particularly the reds and the yellows. It looks really good. Now, to start the level, the ski on is up there, which is our prize. This is what Natla sent us here to get. But there is actually a boulder waiting for us up there. You can trigger it now, or you can trigger it at the end of the level. I always like to trigger it from the start. So what you want to do, if you do want to trigger it, is run up here, and then you just press the circle button or the B button to turn around quickly, as I'll demonstrate. Get yourself out of harm's way. So we haven't got to worry about that boulder later. As you can see over here though, there's a secret lever that we need to press. If I were you, this is just a suggestion, you might want to use the shotgun for this bit because two raptors are going to ambush us. So get the shotgun out and it will make quick work of these raptors. Try and wait for them to get close. Probably used one more shell than what we needed to, but the good thing is we didn't take any damage at all there. Now we've got 3 rooms of hazards to clear to get to the ski on. You can do them in any order you like, but I always like to come to this room first. There's a lever there, but you don't ever have to press this at all. What you want to think about is the collapsible floor that's underneath it. Let it fall down. And there is a pack of wolves down here which will ambush you, and there's quite a few of them, so I don't recommend you use the shotgun, just use the pistols. But just remember, just try and jump and dodge as best as possible. Try and circle straight. Use your jumping roll if you can. Try and keep them on target. We didn't take too much damage there, which is great. Don't think there's any items in this room, but we'll check the corpses quick. I don't think there is. I was curious, like, why there are skeletons here, because if the tomb hasn't been discovered up until now, I wonder how they got here. But anyway, seemingly no way out of this room, but there is a movable block. Great thing about the remasters as well, an exclamation point will appear over Lara's head when there's anything that she can interact with. In the original game you didn't have that, so I can imagine imagining a lot of players getting stuck here. So push this block out of the way, and then this should be the way out. Pitfall there, thankfully there's no hazard there, but I think maybe that's the game's last warning to tell you just be careful, watch your step. Later on in this level there are spike traps, but there that fall is very forgiving, but the next few will not be, so I think that's the game trying to warn you, just be careful. Pull this lever and that's one of 3 doors opened, and then turn around, grab the ledge just to mitigate any damage. We didn't take any damage falling down there. And then we need to do the other 2 rooms. All of these symbols up here are actually representative of the 3 rulers of Atlantis. So that's Tihocan, that's Qualopec, and then the other one is the, which I won't spoil for those who haven't actually played the game yet, but that is for the 3rd ruler of Atlantis. Now we've got a spike trap in here. So the falls now from this point on in this level are going to be very unforgiving, so we do need to watch our step. Push the block here as far as we can go, and push this block over here. Make sure you run across this collapsible floor as quickly as possible. Pull the lever. That's 2 of 3. To clear this gap, just because the roof is quite narrow, we need to do a running jump. So remember to hop back, jump, and then hold the action button. And then if you do a running jump where we didn't even need to grab the ledge there, you'll still make that gap. But if just to be safe, make sure you hold the action button, and then Lara will always grab the ledge. And then the last room is over here. One of my favourite secrets in the game is actually in this level, and the game is incredibly devious in putting 2 secrets, well, a secret within a secret, which I'll show you later. I think there are 3 secrets to find in this level, but all of them are pretty much at the end. Okay, so this is the only route that you can take in this room, so just keep working your way up. This is the only route that we can take to start with. Follow the path all the way around. Remember to... You might have heard a door open there. Now I think, if memory serves, we go left of here. Don't go right, we go left. And we're now back in the room that we started. That door is now open there. So what we need to do is pull the lever up, which will change that block. And then if we go up here, we'll be able to reach that block. Remember to grab the ledge on the way back down just to mitigate any damage, just to be safe. It's a good habit to get into in this game. Okay, there's a lever. Okay, so that's moved the other block in the room now. But as you can see, we can't get to it yet, so what we need to do, you might just want to take a step back here, just because the platform's a bit lower than normal, so just take a step back and then do a standing jump, and then you'll land there. No, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. We've got to go back the other way, because we can't climb up that platform. So to get to that other platform now, we need to pull this lever over here again, and that will reset the block. So now we should be able to reach it. As you can see, you really don't want to cock up this next jump. So if you want to make, just to be as safe as possible, hold the walk button, walk her up to the very ledge until she can't go any further, tap back and then jump, and you'll clear. You'll always clear the jump. Right, now that we've opened all 3 doors, there's a raptor that's about to ambush us. You can use the shotgun if you want, but I think just because there's the one, I'm going to use the pistols. Just be careful coming out of there. Don't forget about the spikes, so make sure you jump out of that block, of that room, sorry. Get ready for the raptor. Might be a good idea to wait for him actually. Here he comes. There we go. And I don't believe there's any more raptors for us to kill. I think that was the last one. I'm going to save here. Just because the next room is where we can find secrets 1 and 2, but it's quite easy to cock it up. It's quite easy to die on this next bit, but there is a knack to doing it, which I'll show you. There are some blow darts in this room, so remember, just jump over them or dodge using the swan dive. Now the 2 secrets are up here. If you look very, very closely, there is a gap up this platform here behind the statue. And as we can see, there is a series of shotgun shells in the corner, but if you look closely at the floor, there's a collapsible floor here, so run across over here, pick up the shotgun shells. Now to get the second secret, there is another secret in this room. Run off and grab the ledge, and as you can see, the whole room is laden with spikes, but there is actually a place that you can drop down to get the item, and it's over here. Shimmy all the way to the left hand side until you can't shimmy any further, and let go. And as you can see, we did that without taking any damage. My favourite secret in the game. A secret within a secret. Okay, we are going to take a little bit of damage here. Actually, I think we might be able to avoid it. If you grab the ledge from the furthest right hand point, and if you can see where Lara's positioned here, we should be able to go up here without taking too much damage. Okay, we took a little bit, but we can live with that, that's fine. Don't forget about the blow darts in this room. There's actually a new game plus mode in this game. If you actually beat the base game, the new game, you can play a new game plus mode. So you keep all of your weapons that you've got in your previous playthrough. The save crystals are returned. You can't save anywhere like you can in the normal version. The save crystals return, and traps are more lethal. So blow darts are very lethal in the new game plus. It's really, really fun. I recommend it if you beat the game just to play it. It's really, really fun. But anyway, there's the ski on. Now, if you pull your pistols out, you can actually shoot this mommy over here. Not that it will ever attack you. So I'm not sure why that's even there, or that's even the feature, because the mommy will not attack you if you pick up the ski on, but it does count as a kill. So if you're going for all kills in the level, don't forget about that mommy in the corner. Now, pick up the ski on. And now we need to get out of here. We haven't got to worry about the boulder, thank God. Be very careful as you come out here because there will be falling debris. The best place you can go is to the right. So if you run to the right here, you'll avoid all of the debris rather than you just running straight ahead. The final secret is out here, and we we also have a surprise waiting for us as well. So you need to swim down here as quickly as possible. Swim into the corner. Through this alcove here. And here is the third and final secret of the level. Large med pack, and then some magnum clips. So as you can see, we've got loads of small med packs and loads of large med packs. Now, we do need to fight a boss here. Not that he's very particularly hard, but you can use the shotgun here, but I always like to do this with pistols. If you know what you're doing, you should be able to kill him without using any medipacks. Right. What you want to do, the trick with this boss is you want to get behind him, because he needs to reposition himself to use his gun. So if you keep jumping behind him, he cannot hit you. And then there we go.
Well, you have my total attention now. I'm not quite sure if I've got yours, though. Hello?
I'll heel and hide you to a barn door yet.
Of course.
You and that driveling piece of the ski-on. You want to keep it so bad, I'll harness it right up your...
Wait. We're talking about the artifact here?
Damn straight we are, right up.
Hold on. I'm sorry. This piece, you say. Where's the rest?
Miss Natla put Pierre DuPont on that trail.
And where is that?
Ha! You ain't fast enough for him.
So you think all this talking is just holding me up?
I don't know where his little jackrabbit frog legs are running him to. You'll have to ask Miss Natla.
Thank you. I will.
That never gets old. So as you can see, beat the tomb with Qualopec with all the secrets, missed a couple of pickups, but once again we didn't use a medipack, so we managed to not use a medipack throughout the whole of the Peru section, which I'm quite pleased about. But that is the first segment of levels done. So that's Peru done, and now we move on to the Greek segment of levels. So thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you for the next episode of Tomb Raider Remastered.